Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Board Game Faith. My name is Daniel Hilty.
And my name is Kevin Taylor.
And we're so glad to have you joining us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. This episode is special for a few different reasons. First of all, we are holding this live, though, Kevin, you pointed out things are always recorded live, as opposed to our previous episodes where we recorded from the dead.
Yes.
Recording live from a board game convention. Kevin, where are we?
We are in the state of Missouri. We're in Missouri. We are here at St. Charles, which is just outside of St. Louis, at the great Geekway to the west, which is a board game convention annual of several thousand geeks that are going on their way to the west.
They're all going to the west. That's right. So that's the number one reason it's a special episode. The second reason it's special is because, Kevin, you and I are recording like together, right? Like there are not hundreds of miles separating us like there normally are. And I'm so excited to get to record with you and not see you just through a screen. You're even more magnificent in person.
My radioactive glow is amazing. And because we're live, we're getting background noises and events, and that makes it exciting and nerve-wracking.
It does make it both exciting and nerve-wracking. That is true. Something exciting just happened in the one of the big convention game rooms here, apparently. So exciting, in fact, that a security person seems to be walking out talking on a walkie-talkie. I think a board game gained consciousness and has taken over the convention.
I name it Kelkor, and I welcome him as my overlord.
So the first special reason that this episode is the first special reason this episode is special is because we're at a board game convention. We're recording it live and not from the dead. The second is we are together, and I'm so excited to be recording this. By the way, I should say a special thank you to Kevin. Kevin flew all the way from North Carolina to Missouri for this. It was not a small undertaking, and thank you so much, Kevin. It's great having you here.
Oh, it's a treat, Daniel. This is the vacation. Thank you.
For us too. Thanks. The third special reason is that shortly we are going to be welcoming some special guests. And then the fourth special reason is something you're not going to hear about until the end. But before then, some special guests. Before we welcome them, Kevin, anything else you'd like to add?
This is Board Game Faith. Welcome. I don't know if we're going to do the music here.
Well, one of the things that makes this conference so special is we get to welcome a very special guest to this episode of Board Game Faith, an award-winning composer of music and also a participant in Geekway to the West 2024. It is a joy to welcome Joe. Joe, welcome. We're glad to have you here.
Hi.
So, Joe, tell us a little bit more about yourself, please. You are an award-winning music composer, right? So tell us about how did this come about, please?
Well, so I wrote a song, and then I entered it into a competition, and then they were like, "Hey, you did so good, you get to win." And then I was like, "Woohoo!"
Wow.
That's a fantastic story. Kevin, what do you think?
I think that's amazing.
So, Joe, if we may ask, so tell us about, what grade are you in, and what are some other things you like to do?
Well, next year I'm going into 6th grade, and if you ever watch the show American Ninja Warrior, I'm on, the traveling team for that, so I get to go and compete in, gyms all through Missouri. Woo! Woo!
That's fantastic. Now, this is not your first board game convention, right? You've been to these before.
Yeah.
So tell us your impression of the board game convention, of Geekway. What do you think of it?
It can get pretty boring. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I get that. Have there been any games that you've played that you enjoy more than others?
I really like Waterfall Park.
Ooh, tell us about that. What do you like about Waterfall Park?
Well, it's kind of like Chinatown, but it's like way more simpler. So you get tiles, and then you try to place them and get big groups of them together.
Yeah, that's a great game. That's one of our favorites. The original Chinatown. We're really excited to see the new version of it too. Kevin, have you tried that or?
No, I know nothing. Still playing checkers. I don't know that one.
So, Joe, what is there anything else about the convention that you like besides Waterfall Park? I mean, you said it was kind of boring, which I kind of get. Yeah. Are there some other parts that you enjoy about it? Or what else do you enjoy?
I like conveyor belts.
You know, the world needs more people who like conveyor belts. I like that you like conveyor belts. What do you enjoy about conveyor belts?
I like how the hand rests move just a tiny bit faster than your feet, so your hand's like way out in front of you when you get to the end.
I never noticed that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I never noticed that.
It's a great way to kind of stretch your body too. Like if you're wanting to get a little bit taller, you can put your hands firmly on the hand rest and your feet firmly on the bottom, and it slowly stretches your body a few inches more.
Okay.
What about the people here? What do you think about these people?
Well, it's a hard question. There are a lot of different vibes from people. I like seeing all the different people and like seeing what they're doing.
That is pretty great. There are a lot of different vibes here, which is very, very cool.
We're getting a message in right now. Hang on.
So, Joe, when you play a game, who do you like to play with? And what makes a game fun or not so fun?
I like to play with my dad because he gets like way too into it, and then it scares everyone a little bit. And that can make it fun and not fun.
You can crush him.
Yeah. Because earlier, like yesterday maybe, I played a game with a bunch of people who play really, really heavy games, and then I crushed them all by like 20 points, and it was like, yeah.
So when a person gets into a game a lot, that makes it not so fun. But what makes it fun is crushing them in ultimate victory. Is that right?
I think when people get into it, it can be fun or not fun. Ooh. But it's especially fun when they play the game a lot, and then you just like come in and are like, I win. Woo. I'm gonna keep wooing.
Well done. Good job. Do you remember, may I ask, what game you came in and swept to victory on?
I think it was icing on the cake. I got 79, and then the next person got 54, so.
Wow.
Yeah, I win.
Well done.
Talk about the vibes. What are the different vibes you get here from people?
Some people are really, really intense, and when I look over at them, they're like, I'm so intense. And then other people are just kind of here to have fun and not to win. But then there are some people who just come to win.
Which is your favorite?
I like the people who like just have fun.
Yeah. So, Joe, do you have a board game catchphrase?
By request, I will destroy you. Daniel did.
You can. I will be happily destroyed in a board game by you. That you will do well. Thank you. Well, Joe, this is awesome. Is there anything special that you would like to say to the listeners of board? Is there any kind of message you'd like to give out to the world?
Guilty.
Joe, we meet again.
Is your refrigerator running?
No. I mean, yes.
Well, then you better go catch it.
Oh.
I can't think of any better way to end this than that.
Thank you very much.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh! Look who's here.
Who is it?
It's Kristen. It's Kristen. I remember Kristen from my college days. Hey, Kristen.
Hi. How are you guys?
We're doing fabulous. This is how many Geekways have you been to?
This is just my second, actually. So I'm a geek newbie.
Well, this is just my first, so you're up on me. Why do you like to come to Geekway?
Well, obviously, I like it because Daniel's here. We get to spend some time together, but I just love coming to spend time with friends and playing games. It's kind of something we all enjoy to do together, and it's 4 days of it. It's just really fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. And you guys have a lovely group of people to hang out with, so thank you for making me feel welcome. Well, what are some of your favorite games you've tried?
Oh, that's a great question. I tried Ethnos yesterday, which is an out-of-print game, so sad I won't be able to get it, but it's really fun. Enjoyed that one. Also just played a game by myself called Mindspace, which is kind of like a polyomino game, and I like that. I don't usually like playing solo, but it's a really good one that works that way. And I feel like there was one other one. Oh, yeah, Canvas. I got Canvas and enjoyed that. It's just different, a sleeving game where you can create paintings. And as an artist, I love doing that. That was really fun.
My favorite part of that Canvas game is how it comes with that little nail hole on the back of the box. You can hang it on a wall. It looks like an actual piece of art. It's so cool.
Yeah, so I expect you to do that when we get home.
And technically, Daniel, you can do that with all of your games. You just punch a hole in the lid and you can do that.
Mind blown. I'm going to do that as soon as we get home. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
That's a lot of nails holes to fix, dear, so please don't.
So, Kristen, what's the game you like to play with Daniel the most?
Oh, I would say there's probably two. We really... to go back old school, Race for the Galaxy is probably the one that we really enjoy to play the most together and have for a long time. Lately, though, we've been playing the campaign of Dwarf Romantic, and I kind of got hooked on that, the video game version, and we got the board game, and we really enjoy playing that in the evenings. It's really relaxing and a nice way to kind of wind the day down.
And which game do you least like playing with Daniel?
Ooh, least like playing. Oh, I'll get in trouble probably, but I remember one game of Targi, and we've never gone back. So I would say that might be the one I pick.
Do you want to defend yourself, Daniel?
No, I totally agree. It's a great game, but we found that the two-player games where you can really mess with the other person is really not good for us. It's just not. In fact, I think that inspired us to, at one point, this is before Board Game Faith, we thought of maybe doing a video series where we rate games on the in your face scale, like the games that are really in your face. It wasn't good for us.
Yeah, and not saying that Targi's a bad game. If you're a Targi lover, no. But I think we found that that's just not a good combination for a marriage. Probably.
Well, thanks so much, Kristen. Anything else you want to add?
No, it's great. Thanks so much, and hope you guys are having a good time, and hope you're enjoying your first Geekway.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It was so special that I got to be here and we got to meet such awesome guests, Daniel. Thank you.
There are some amazing people here, and I'm glad we could share them a little bit with our listeners. There is one more special announcement to add to this episode, and Kevin, would you like to share?
I would, Daniel. It's why I'm here, actually, because we are glad to announce that Board Game Faith is reaching level 2 in some ways. 2.0, and it is going to change into the podcast and platform of Play Saves the World. And so we're taking the best of Board Game Faith and we're expanding it and looking at some different horizons. It'll still be Board Game Faith in a lot of ways, just that's what its core is board game faith. But outside of it is going to be a lot of other issues and topics that'll give us some new territories and guests and things as we continue this conversation.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. As Kevin said, we're going to continue our mission of exploring the intersection of meaning in life and human flourishing and faith and spirituality and games and play, but just from a broader perspective. It's not just talking about games, but a lot of things that go under that play umbrella, like maybe, for example, art or music or beekeeping or carrier pigeon keeping or any number of or board games or silliness or things, and welcoming special guests to that as well. It does remind me of, for a brief time, our children were into Pokemon, and I remember very little from it except that each Pokemon had an evolved form. Perhaps Play Saves the World is the evolved form of board game faith that you. I didn't sneeze. I was trying to merge it with Pikachu and it didn't work.
It's because Kelkor, the newly arrived board game consciousness sentient being, who is strangely trying to claim part of Grand Ballroom B as his specific nation state, and I'm not sure it's going to go well with the Texas Rangers, who appear to be coming in, despite it being Missouri. Right. Which is my favorite.
They have a broad.
It's a broad remit. Yes.
Yeah.
Missouri is my favorite U.S. state that begins with M.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, and we also love all of our folks from Mississippi and Michigan and Montana
In Maine.
and Maine who are listening as well.
Yes.
But thank you.
Yes. I've never been to any of those.
Really? Now you're starting the collection.
I'm starting the M's.
Set collection.
Oh, it's so great. So great. Yes, so we are excited about this new step. So at some point, you will see this podcast name and artwork change. But don't worry. Don't panic. It's just us. It's just us. Play Saves the World, Daniel.
Play Saves the World. So please keep a lookout for that in your social media and your feed. We may take a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a break between this version of our podcast and the next iteration. So it may not just be 2 weeks from now, but maybe a little bit longer. But don't worry, you'll be hearing from us soon.
That's right. And until then, be sure to subscribe and like and comment and share. And we look forward to doing the things we do when we do what we do when we do.
That's what we do. Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and for hanging out throughout Board Game Faith. We appreciate and love you all.
Bye.